Oh, I got a good one for you today. I'm making my tuna melt. Tuna fish. You like tuna fish sandwiches? Well, what about a tuna melt? This is how I like to make it. So my first step is actually making the tuna. So add those 2 cans. So let me know, do you like the can with the water, or what do you prefer, the one with the oil? And if so, what are the difference, and like why do you do one or the other? All right, the next step is you want to make sure you break up all that tuna in there. The finer it is, the better I think it is. So I like to break it up really good. And now go ahead and add your mayonnaise. Give it a mix. You give it a mix now to kind of see where you're at and like how much more mayo you're gonna add. Yeah, that's gonna be just about right, I can see already. So I like to use red onion. The red onion gives a little bit of crunch, but it's not too strong of an onion. You don't want to overwhelm the tuna. This is a good amount for this, 2 cans of tuna, but it's gonna give it a little extra punch to the tuna salad. So I add that in there. One thing might be a little bit different in my tuna salad is I like to add some mustard. This one is a spicy brown. I'm not talking like a lot of mustard, just a little bit in there. This will also, oh, that's perfect. This will also give it a little bit of zing, but you're talking like that much. You also want to add some salt, so I add a couple pinches of salt in there. And I'm a big black pepper fan, so that's going in there as well. There's so many different ways people make tuna salad. One way I do like tuna fish, not in a melt so much, but like just the regular sandwich with regular bread, is I like adding those banana peppers. Those are really good in a tuna salad. So that's the first step, making the salad. Next, I want to prep some cheese. So guys, what I like to use is cheddar cheese. You use any type of melting cheese. I wouldn't use mozzarella or something, but a cheese that melts really well. And cheddar also gives it a punch. So I really like using cheddar for this recipe. Hey guys, do yourself a favor. Don't buy cheddar. Don't buy pre-grated cheese. That's just disgusting. Get yourself a grater. This thing is cheap as anything. And grate your own cheese. Why? Because that grated cheese, they add stuff to it so it doesn't stick. They add cellulose, actually wood in there, so it doesn't stick. So grate your own cheese. You could slice cheese for this, but the benefit of the grated cheese is I think it melts quicker and a lot easier. So that's a good healthy amount of cheese. Yeah, I think that'll be right. Got a little more in case I need it. All right, so we got the salad, we got the cheese. Now we need the bread, and this is key. What type of bread are you gonna use? So when it comes to bread, this is super important. You gotta have something that's somewhat sturdy, right? You can't just use just a regular white bread. And lucky for me, I made a loaf of bread today. I'm actually really excited about this. I haven't even seen this loaf yet. See what the crumb ended up being like. Oh, it's got a good crunch to it. Oh, look at that crumb on that thing. Hey guys, I wanted to share with you real quick. I have a cooking basics course. It's got lessons in there that will help you learn how to cook or elevate your cooking game. It's extremely affordable. Check out the link in the description or the link above. Now let's get back to the video. Now we need something to coat both sides of this sandwich so when we grill it, it doesn't burn up. I'm choosing to use a butter. I got a grass-fed butter here. And you want to make sure you coat it really good on all of it. Really important. Make sure you cover all of that. All right, so we got both sides buttered really well. Right. And now we're gonna go ahead and build it. So flip this side over. And we're going to fill this with the tuna. Oh, it's going to be so good. I love sandwiches. And this is definitely one of my favorite. Used to get these all the time years ago at a deli. They had one of those panini press things, and they would press it. And now we're going to add the cheese, lots of cheese. Really important. Because what is this? It's the tuna melt, right? So just get it even across all of it. And then we're going to go ahead and top it. Man, look at the size of that thing. So now next thing we're going to do is get a frying pan and get it ready to actually grill this up. All right, so now we're going to grill it up. Important, right? Get a frying pan on your burner. But you're going to put it on like low to medium, not higher than medium, depending on your burner. It's important. If you get it too hot, the cheese ain't going to melt before the bread is done grilling. So put this thing in the middle. Man, look at that. Oh, yeah. That's perfect. Like I said, you're going to put it in here, and you're going to give it some time because you got to get that bottom to brown, but also have that cheese some time to actually melt over this sandwich. And guys, one way to trick, if you have one for a cover for a frying pan, you can put a cover on it, and that's going to help that cheese melt in there. You keep an eye on the bottom. You do not want to burn it. All right, let's check this thing. Ooh, looks like it's doing good. Look under it. Oh, that's perfect on the bottom. Guys, you got to flip it before it browns. I don't think this thing is so big enough. I'm going to need a bigger spatula. The size of this thing. I'm going to move it up and then try to roll it. Oh. Careful, careful. Oh, yeah. Look at that. Perfect. Now you can give it a little bit of squish. Look at that crust on that. Oh man, that's what you're looking for. Now the pan's a little bit hotter, so you got to be careful of that bottom. Make sure you get it down enough. And get this thing covered up because you got to get that cheese to finish melting in there. All right, so this thing is grilled. Man, this smells awesome. Gotta get this off the heat. Just shut the heat right off. Get under it and get it right onto the cutting board. Man, look at that thing. One thing to consider is just let it rest a minute too. Let everything kind of melt together and hold itself before you cut through it. All right, homemade tuna on sourdough bread, homemade bread. Man, this is going to be good. I'm going to slice right through the middle of this. Look at that. All right, let's give this thing a try. We got cheddar cheese, some red onion, homemade sourdough bread. Now that's what I call a tuna melt.